There's a beef. It's been going around for a few years now, and India rappers Krishna and Hemingway. They've been back and forth here for a few years now, but the latest bomb to drop is Krishna's new album gets flagged for copyright issues, and so the album off of streaming services. Nobody knows what's going on. He even says on his Twitter, he says, "Time will tell," name of the album, has been issued a false copyright claim without justification on all these streaming services by somebody who obviously doesn't like to see us doing well.
Raise your hand if that sounds fishy.
But hold tight, it'll be back soon. We're taking appropriate action. We don't know who did this, but we know that beef with Emiway
So
might have something to do with it.
Yeah, is this Hemingway's camp is what we're wondering.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
So for those of you who don't know what's going on with this beef, I'll tell you in 2019, Hemingway had tweeted, "I'm the biggest artist in the world." And then Krishna tweeted afterwards, "I'm the biggest artist in your girl." Perfect. So then after that, they started writing a bunch of songs about each other.
I'm a rapper.
Yeah, I'm looking at the article from Sports Grill, actually off of their Twitter. They're saying, "I knew that Krishna won't say anything about Hemingway's girlfriend without a reason."
We're just a couple of pimps, no hoes.
Hemingway is telling lies, saying that Krishna attacked his girlfriend for no reason. That was the diss that we heard. He says Swalini, that's her name, is related to DHH, but fake allegations against Krishna in the past. She warns that she's going to call cyber police against Krishna without any real reason. Remember, now she's part of whose camp? Hemingway's camp, and she's already teasing that, hey, she's going to call whoever the authorities are to shut him down.
I wanted to be in the NBA. Did you play basketball? Not once.
And she even went on live to talk S about Krishna, and Krishna never said anything in the past against her.
He's a gentleman.
If the Hindus and the Indian nation is made up of a lot of Hindus, find the cow sacred. Come on! Can you call a hip hop argument beef still?
Ooh, that's a good question, because that would make beef, disagreements, arguments, hate towards one another sacred?
You're goddamn right.
That's true. So if you're from India and you're watching this, explain to us, is it okay to use the word beef, being as the cow is sacred to you folks?
That's blasphemy.
Now I got a question for you, Adley. Do you know who Krishna actually was?
Now, Krishna is the self-proclaimed god of self-awareness.
That's right. So Krishna is the Hindu god of self-awareness. So this guy's naming himself after the Hindu god of self-awareness. Is that blasphemy? You tell me, Adley.
Wow. I know if, in a lot of religions, I feel like that would be blasphemous because you can't name yourself after a god.
I'm the saint of blasphemy.
Folks, if you're watching, put it in the comments if that's disrespectful to call yourself Krishna. I know we're asking you to put a lot of things in the comments, but you're from India, we're from America. We have a lot of questions here.
Because even on the flip side of that, Emiway, where did that name come from?
Charlie Murphy! I wonder if it was like Ernest Hemingway, like he was like, I'm that good of a poet, I'm that good of a writer.
I'm a rapper.
Is Indian beef interesting to you? Because it's very interesting to me for some reason.
It absolutely is, and Mike knows me. I'm that guy that loves to search out new music, and I'm impressed overall by all these artists and stuff too.
I mean, Krishna, that No Cap song is on point, dude. Yeah. When he's talking in Punjabi and then he goes into English.
We do see it in the Latin, Spanish.
Yeah, it's kind of like reggaeton, huh? It's like Punjabi reggaeton.
I can see I might even need to go to India.
And folks, we learned about another underground rapper over there in India that we think you should respect. What's this fella's name, Adley?
The next guy we talk about is Panther. Panther's definitely an underground artist. He's starting to blow up a little bit here too, though, because even recently he did a show at Lucknow.
You got knocked the out.
And this was at the cricket. Cricket's a huge sport out there, right? So it's a big sports team. They did it up at there where they play cricket. And he said this is the first time he'd actually played in his hometown, and it was a huge crowd, and he got tons of love. It was huge.
But he had some tweets going around, didn't he? Where he was sounding kind of salty.
He's tweeted out recently the way talented underground rappers are ignored by some major labels in India over those who are whack but in clout. So he's saying hey, there's people that are blowing up but aren't good.
See, he's talking about the underground, but then at the same time, he was from MTV. So how underground is this guy?
Come on!
Yeah, he was an MTV Hustle 2.0 fame. That's where he got his rapping fame started. It's really interesting too, because when you're underground, you don't want to stay underground. Who the hell are you? You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
From the great Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5. We heard him at that show, and he's just like, hey, look, man, underground's great, but remember, Juvenile backed that thing up. He was underground at one point, and he blew up, so good for him.
Wiz Khalifa, dude. Remember before Wiz put out Black and Yellow? Remember, he was just that guy from Pittsburgh. And you're like, oh, yeah, my homeboy Mike's from Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I told him that.
You ready to play some funky music, white boy?
We love your hip hop. We love your hustle. We respect your culture. And we would love to do more stories like this. If we get 100 likes on this video, our next video will be on the DHH drama going back with both of these guys. And we'll see you next week on
International Flavor.